going to be going over how to do preventative maintenance on an elliptical. In this case, we're going to be going over octanes. This pretty much applies though to any elliptical that's pretty much out there. First, you want to get all the plastic covers off front and these back wheel covers just to kind of get you started here. In this case, I just took off one. First thing you really want to look for is just the overall condition and kind of what you're getting yourself into. You want to make sure all the bolts are nice and secured. So usually I start off by resecuring the console mast and also resecuring the bolts on the handles here. One of the most important things I look for too is also the belt debris. And the belt debris is really going to be caused by just the flaking of the rubber on the belt here. A lot of the times you'll see the belt debris collect at the bottom of the machine, and you can kind of judge by that how good of a shape the belt is in. So you definitely want to get in there with a vacuum if there is any laying on the bottom of the machine, and you also want to give all the pivot points and everything else a good cleaning too, just kind of get some of that belt debris out. After you get everything nice and cleaned up, give it a good inspection, we can start with lubricating the different parts of the pivot points here. And what you're going to use for that is Tri-Flow. This is a Teflon based lubricant. So really applying this to any part that has a wavy washer on it, which you can see in here, and simply just a little squirt right there is really all you need. So do that on all the pivot points. Make sure you hit all the ones around here, even ones that just have a brass bushing. You just want to about a drop or two on there. A little bit does go a long way with this stuff. Next thing, you definitely want to hop on it with the cover off and just kind of give it a pedal. Work in that lubrication a little bit. Plus you also want to listen for any creaks, any kind of abnormal noises, and it's best to address it once you get all the plastic covers off. After all that's inspected, you make sure everything's working all right. You want to come back here now to the tracks. And what you're going to use to clean these, and this is really important, is we're going to be using just diluted Simple Green in a spray bottle here. Paper towel, and also a scoring pad if you need it. So simply spraying down the track like so, and just giving it a wipe down first with the paper towel. If you find that you need a little bit more abrasive, you can grab the scoring pad and also get that too. After you use the scoring pad, you again want to use the paper towel to soak up anything you might have scraped off. After the tracks are all cleaned up, we can go ahead and remove the wheels. You're going to want to do this for all the wheels. In this case, it's a 17 mil socket, and we're going to remove the bolt from there. Popping off the wheel like that will expose the mounting point there, and we're just going to want to put a little dab of grease on that mounting point and spread that around. And what this will do, it will prevent the bearing from seizing to that pivot point. So maybe the next time you have to go and replace the wheel, it will be easier to take it off in the long run. Plus you won't have, this will protect it from corrosion and rust. So simply sliding that back on, and then tightening down the bolt for all the wheels in the row. There's 4 in total in this particular machine. The next thing you want to do, since you're back here, is disconnect the power from the machine, and we are going to do a power supply reading. So getting out your voltmeter, going to want to hook up the leads. And you're going to want to set the voltmeter to read DC power. This particular power supply, we're looking for 9 volts. So if you put the black end into the power supply and the red on the side, we should be getting a reading of somewhere around 9 volts. After you record that, you can plug it back in. And even before you go ahead and put on the rest of the plastic, get onto the machine and give it another try. Now in total, the PM should take about an hour, just after you hit all the important parts of it. And a few things to check too before you close it up is just make sure everything is all secured.